Ever turn on the financial news and feel like you're tracking two different worlds? One minute, analysts obsess over a 10-cent jump in the price of a cup of coffee. The next, they're worried about the entire nation's gross domestic product. This split exists because economics is divided into two distinct analytical lenses: microeconomics and macroeconomics. These terms were first coined in 1933 by economist Ragnar Frisch to separate individual choices from national trends. Understanding the financial world requires knowing which perspective you're using. Are you evaluating the health of the entire forest or analyzing a single tree? Both fields deal with the same core problem of resource management. However, the scales they use to measure reality and the assumptions they make about which factors to prioritize function quite differently. Identifying which lens is being applied explains why certain financial reports might seem to contradict each other. Let's start with the tree. Microeconomics is the study of individual economic agents. It zooms in on the specific components of the system, like a single consumer, a household, or one specific business. This focus on specific products and labor costs is why microeconomics is called price theory. This lens determines how the cost of a single item is finalized at this exact intersection of supply and demand. This diagram illustrates a dual optimization. Consumers are trying to maximize their personal satisfaction with every dollar spent, while producers try to maximize profits. Note the edges of the frame. Microeconomics operates under a critical assumption. It examines one particular sector while assuming the rest of the economy remains constant in the background. A local bakery uses this framework to set the price of a loaf of bread. They look at their own flour costs and local competition, usually without adjusting their daily strategy based on global trade routes or national debt. Microeconomics is the science of individual optimization, setting aside the complexity of the broader world to understand local, immediate choices. Now we zoom out. Macroeconomics steps back from individual agents to look at the economy as a whole. Rather than individual prices, income theory analyzes massive aggregates. Thousands of data points merge to form columns representing national income and the general price level. These columns then shift into trend lines, tracking overall employment, aggregate savings, and inflation over decades. The goal here isn't to help one business succeed, but to optimize the growth process of an entire nation. Governments and central banks rely on this data to pursue large-scale social goals. It tells them when to adjust the massive levers of taxation and monetary policy. When a central bank is changing interest rates, they are performing a macro-level adjustment. They are moving a single lever to influence the behavior of the entire system at once. Macroeconomics provides a bird's-eye view of a nation's health, a perspective where individual exceptions are set aside to prioritize the statistical averages of the group. To truly understand the financial world, you have to use both lenses. You cannot understand the forest without the trees, and you cannot understand the tree without its environment. Microeconomics provides the toolkit for the individual. It explains your personal choices, your household budget, and why the local stores price things the way they do. Macroeconomics provides the vital context. It reveals whether the economy you live in is expanding or contracting, which changes the opportunities available to you. The two eventually meet. When the government changes a macro-level tax policy, it impacts the micro-level standard of living for every household. Next time you see an economic headline, ask yourself, is this about a single tree or the entire forest? That one question is the easiest way to know exactly which world you're looking at.